Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So because we have this new collection from Chanel Les Beiges and Les Ombre Essentielle, I just thought of recreating today a look that you can wear every day. So basically an easy everyday look to do at home using the new collection. So I will be using the Les Beiges Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So I have B30 and B40 that I will be using together. And for the eyeshadow, one of my favorite shade from the new collection, Ombre Essentielle, is 236 Brun Talpa. It's just an easy one and done eyeshadow that you can wear every day, and I truly believe that it will fit everyone. And I'm going to add just a pop of lilac, so the Lilas Poudre 232. If you don't have it, you don't need it. It doesn't really matter. Just the Brun Talpa, I think, is the star of the show. And I'm going to be using Les Beiges, the healthy glow sun-kissed powder, and I will be using shade medium coral for today's video. So let's start with the foundation. Alright, so let's get started with the foundation. I'm using Les Beiges Touche de Teint, so Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This is part of the new collection Les Beiges. It's not a new product, but it is part of the collection this summer. I have been using them for, I don't know, over a year now. It's gorgeous if you want to have a very light foundation, a light complexion. It's not a full coverage, and it will give you a very glowy and dewy foundation. So if you have a very oily skin, it might not work for you, because I don't think this is the right product if you have a very oily skin. Otherwise, if you have combination skin, dry skin, it's going to work. You might have to use some loose powder in some places to really set the product, but otherwise it's going to give you that very natural looking complexion. So I'm gonna start with B30. I will be using the back of my hand. I really need to buy one of those little pan that you just put the foundation in instead of using always my hand, and this is the Chanel brush that goes with it. So I've put 2 pumps of the B30. Just gonna mix it on the back of my hand and then apply it all over my face. See the glow? Obviously it's going to dry, but it will stay glowy because it is a water-based foundation. So it feels really hydrating as well. I know CoverGirl has launched a product that is extremely similar. I have seen some side-to-side comparison, and I have to say I have been quite surprised. I haven't tried it myself because it's not available here, but I will try and see if I can order it online. I guess Amazon would probably have it, just to compare and really see the difference, because from what I can see, the shade are lighter than, so if I were to use B30, I'd have to go shade darker with CoverGirl, but it seemed to have quite a good coverage and a nice finish too. So I'm quite curious to see and to compare the two products side by side. So this Water Touch, Water Fresh, it has the longest name in the world, Water Fresh Complexion Touch. See, it's really just unifying the skin tone. You still can see all freckles, beauty marks. It's far from being a full coverage foundation, but it really just gives you that healthy glowing look. It's going to dry a little bit, but it's going to you're gonna still have that very glowy complexion. Actually, to do my whole face, I've used 3 pumps of the B30, so more than I thought, but it just really, I guess you need a little bit more, because once you mix it, the water and the color, you kind of need a little bit more than what you would normally do with just your foundation. So I want to warm up the skin in some places. I'm using a darker shade, so B40. Just gonna add one pump on the back of my hand, and you can see it's obviously a darker shade than my skin color. I'm kind of using it as a bronzer a little bit. I just want to warm up some areas because I'm not gonna use any contour. So I'm coming wherever I would use contour, just warming up the skin on the edges of the face. And I am not rubbing it. I'm really just going with tapping motions because I don't want to disturb the product underneath. Otherwise you're going to lose the color, the shade, because it's going to blend with the lighter shade and it's not going to really give you that darker contrasting shade that I'm trying to achieve. So instantly you can tell it looks a little bit more natural because naturally your face is not, it's not just one beige shade all over. You have, you know, your cheeks are more rosy. So this is what I'm achieving here, just keeping it natural but yet enhancing some areas. So you've got your cheek. I could literally leave it like this and it's looking, you know, it's looking natural, it's glowy, but you have some colors. For my concealer, I'm not using the Chanel one because it's just too dry for my liking. I will be using the Nars. This is a light reflecting eye brightener. So it's not necessarily a concealer, but I use it as a concealer. So you could add it, technically you would add this on top of your concealer just to add some brightness. But because I don't have massive dark circles and I've came quite high with my foundation, I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm gonna come, just add it like so. And you really don't need much because it is really eye brightening. And again, you don't rub it, you really just press it onto your skin. And it's crease proof. It's a very good product. So see, it just adds that really nice brightness into your under eye. So I've added under my eyes the loose powder from Givenchy. It's the number 3 Voile Rose. It is my go-to powder to set under my eyes, and you can see there is no creasing at all. It just really set and it doesn't move for the rest of the day. Now before using the Chanel oversized, the sun-kissed powder in shade medium coral, I want to set a little bit my forehead and my cheek. I always do before I apply a loose powder because otherwise it will turn patchy, and it has nothing to do with the quality of the product. It's just because you are mixing two different textures together. So I'm going to use the Yves Saint Laurent, the YSL, the latest powder. This is All Hours Hyper Finish. It's a compact powder and it's honestly one of the best powder I have ever seen. I am not joking. I don't use a sponge, I use a flat brush. This is from Spectrum, and I'm just gonna press it. And this is shade 02. There's barely no color into it, so I'm really just pressing, and it's not gonna remove the shine completely or the glow. You see the face is still looking very glowy, but you're just removing the excess. And when you're going to use your powder, you're not gonna have any patches. So I want to keep that glowing, healthy look, so I'm not gonna add too much, but I also want to make sure that I'm setting a little bit the product. So this is the famous palette. This is the Healthy Glow Sun Kissed Powder Medium Coral. I have been playing with it and I absolutely love it. The powder is just, it's mild so finely. It's just that, it's a compact powder, but it just gives you that airbrush, really nice, healthy finish. I don't know how to explain it. It's just giving that really glowy and radiant finish. So for my forehead, I will use the highlighter and the bronzy shade together without the blush. So I'm taking a loose brush and just coming and mixing the two shades together, because the coral shade is quite coral and I don't want to have too much of it on my forehead. And it really just warms the skin nicely. I always make sure I come on the temple on the side, to give it as much as possible of a natural finish, because that's where the sun would hit anyway. So that's what you want to recreate. So now I'm gonna swirl all three shades together because I'm coming on my cheeks. Gonna keep using the same brush. Look at this, how pretty this shade is. It really just gives you that super natural, healthy look. I love how with this palette, the Healthy Sun-Kissed Glow, it's just so easy to use. You literally could use just this palette for your whole face, and it really gives you that radiant and natural glowing look. You don't need to add more blush, you don't need to add bronzer or highlighter. You have the three of them in the palette and that's it, you're ready. It's kind of a one and done product as well, just like the eyeshadow, which I really like. I understand it's quite it's a bulky item to carry with you, but then you don't have to carry three other palettes. So yeah, and it's still, so it's giving very radiant because there's the highlighter in it, but also because of the water touch complexion that we used underneath. It's looking quite natural and healthy. Moving on to do the eyes. Complexion is looking really good. It's set, there's no patch, it's just looking radiant and glowy and healthy, and I'm loving it. Now we're going to use the Brun Talpa. I have been playing with it a little bit, as you can tell. It is truly an amazing eyeshadow palette. If you're looking for, if you're only gonna buy one product, it has to be this one. That's the new updated color from, so Brun Talpa is not a new shade for Chanel. It used to be, they used to have a mono eyeshadow like this as well, but they have tweaked a bit the color, and this is by far much nicer. By far much nicer. So I'm using a loose fluffy brush. This is from Spectrum, and I'm gonna come all over my mobile lid like so. And it's truly the kind of shade that just fits everyone. It doesn't matter what eye color you have, what eye skin tone, if you're warm, neutral, cool, it just look really nice on everyone. So don't be afraid, go in, add a few layers because you really want to saturate your eyelid. And as you can see, I'm kind of spreading it a bit out just above the mobile lid by little circular motion. So there's not just a line where it kind of stops and then there's nothing. You want to have that gradual finish to make it look a little bit more natural. And with the same brush, I'm gonna take just a little bit on the tip of the brush and you come right under your eye, under your eyelids. So I did the other eye. I could literally just stop there, and that's like a one and done eyeshadow. It's gorgeous, it looks really nice. You add your eyeliner, your mascara, and off you go. But because I have more shades and I haven't played with it, I want to add, and this is really optional, you guys don't have to do it, but I want to add just a little bit of that purple in the crease. Maybe it's going to be ugly, I don't know, we'll see, we'll try. And I'm really just taking a little bit on a very fluffy brush. This is a defining crease brush from Real Technique, and I really just want to add a little bit more color. So I've added just a little bit of that lilac shade, and you can tell it just add just a little bit of a pop of color. It's not much, but you can see it here, and it just add a little bit more dimension. Obviously it's very much optional, you guys. The Brun Talpa shade, it's beautiful on its own, but I just like to add just a little bit. So now I'm gonna do off camera my eyeliner and my mascara, and I'll be right back. Eyes are done. You see, it's a very easy everyday wear. I've added some black eyeliner. This is from Rare Beauty. It's a gel eyeliner, so easy to apply, just glides on, but once it's there, it stays for the whole day. It's not going to budge. So if you have watery eyes, I would highly recommend this eye pencil, Rare Beauty. I will put it down in the description anyway. And my mascara is the All Hours, the Lash Clash from YSL. To complete the look, I want something that really fits with the blush. I'm gonna go with the Rouge Allure Velvet, the limited edition from Chanel. This is shade 2 p.m., 2 o'clock. So it's a nice, there's a bit of orange in it, so it's really just gonna complement the whole look. I'm not gonna use any lip liner. I'm just gonna keep it quite natural, well, natural, simple. Let's go with simple. I really like how this lipstick from Chanel is, it's a proper velvet finish. It just goes onto your lip so nicely and smoothly. Obviously, because it's velvet, it's not necessarily a super long lasting lipstick, but honestly, for the colors are so pigmented, they're nice, it hydrates your lips, it's not drying. It is a really nice collection of lipsticks. That is it for today's look. This is my everyday makeup look using the new Chanel collection Les Beiges. If it's too much, you can obviously dim it down. You don't have to have such a bright lipstick. You could usually just wear a gloss. I like how radiant and glowy the skin is. It's not dewy in a sense that it looks like it's melting, or I have like a very shiny, not healthy skin, but you see the glow. I haven't used that many products, well, I think, in my opinion, not too many products, so it's easy to bring with you if you ever gone for a few days, and you can recreate a few looks with all of these products anyway. It's long lasting. It's a very flattering makeup look, and it doesn't matter what eye colors you have, what shades, it fits everyone basically. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I really like this new collection. The products are really good, they're long lasting, the powders are so fine but yet not patchy, doesn't turn muddy. It really just gives you that really nice healthy makeup look. the eyes, Brun Talpa is definitely one of my favorite shades, I'm not going to lie, and I know I'm not the only one because a lot of you have commented and said the Brun Talpa is one and done eyeshadow that we all love. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. If you've not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so, hit the button, and you can also follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much and see you next time.